Being a teenager is hard. As if dealing with high school and with parents who just don't understand isn't enough, you also have to summon powerful spirits to defeat a mysterious evil force. At least, you do if you're one of the teen heroes of Persona 2 Innocent Sin. When it was first released in Japan in 1999, Innocent Sin stood out from most role-playing games because of its contemporary setting and atypical cast of teen heroes. Now, the game is finally being released in the US, but alas, its time to shine has passed. By today's standards, the mechanics of this RPG are repetitive and outdated, and subsequent superior releases in the Persona series offer much more involving tales of modern-day teens faced with otherworldly challenges. Today, Persona 2 is a bit like a former high school star quarterback whose best days are behind him. As Persona 2 begins, strange things are afoot at Seven Sisters High School. The school's emblem has been cursed, and students are suffering from unusual, disfiguring ailments. Meanwhile, a dangerous new trend is spreading. Teens are using their cell phones to summon Joker, a mysterious figure who might make your dreams a reality or sap your soul and leave you a shadow of your former self. And on top of it all, any rumor that spreads to enough people in Sumeru City inexplicably becomes true. The pieces that make up the story's puzzle are interesting, but it takes too long for these pieces to start coming together. The shallow character sketches of somber Tatsuya, intense Michelle, lovelorn Lisa, and the other party members aren't enough to make their quest feel personal or involving at first, and it's far too many hours into the game before you start learning more about this unlikely team of heroes. The fact that the game looks its age makes it less involving still. It wasn't a particularly attractive game in 1999, and the intervening years have not been kind. The tiny characters express themselves with stiff shrugs and robotic shakes of the head. And although the high schools and other contemporary locations that serve as the dungeons for this RPG are a refreshing change of pace from the fantasy locales of so many games in the genre, these locations have no personality. As you explore a location, you're interrupted after every several steps by a random encounter. The frequency of these encounters drags down the pace of the game, and the tiresome, menu-driven nature of the combat makes the battles a chore. At the start of an encounter, you can opt either to do battle with the demons or to attempt to communicate with them. Each member of your party has 4 different ways of making contact with these creatures. If you say or do the right things, demons give you tarot cards, which you need in order to summon new personas. Initially, it's fun to see how demons respond to your different communication techniques, but once you learn which techniques to use on which demons, it quickly stops being interesting, and successful contact becomes a matter of just selecting an effective technique from the list again and again. Of course, you don't want to talk your way out of every potential fight. You need to get experience killing things so that you can kill the tougher things you encounter later on. In battle, you can use physical attacks or call on your personas to cast spells that harm your enemies or benefit your party. As you use a persona, it gradually ranks up, giving you access to more spells. And some personas can work together to cast powerful fusion spells. But like communicating with demons, battling them is generally a simple, repetitive matter of selecting the same effective options from menus again and again. You also have the option of triggering auto battle, which makes the characters keep repeating your last selected actions until either the battle is over or you interrupt. But this option doesn't speed up the action. You still have to wait for every animation to play out, which is frustrating when you're tired of combat and just want to move on. When you're not exploring one of the game's many dungeons, you move about Sumeru City on a map. Here, one of your most important occupations is gathering rumors from homeless people, fortune tellers, and other rumor mongers, and employing the services of a detective agency to spread those rumors, making them come true. But these aren't exciting rumors about buried treasure or juicy high school gossip about who's dating whom. These are rumors about shops selling weapons and armor. Collecting and spreading these rumors is a dull process, and it's one you need to engage in repeatedly to have equipment that suits your party's level. The main story lasts a few dozen hours on its own, and there's no shortage of side quests you can complete that offer significant rewards for your party. But despite its length, the $40 price tag for a 10-year-old game whose visuals and mechanics make it a relic of a bygone era is much too steep. Die-hard fans of the Persona series who are eager to experience every chapter in the saga might be able to overlook Innocent Sin's dated design, but those who are just in the market for a fun and satisfying RPG are much better off going with one of the more recent entries in the series. Though we might sometimes yearn to turn back the clock, we can't relive our teenage years, and we can't go back to 1999, when Persona 2 Innocent Sin was an exciting example of what an RPG could be.